The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, a good Tuesday evening to everybody out there in Racerland. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series finale 2022A. We will crown an overall and a pro late model champion tonight in the series. 17 points are all that separate your top two drivers. Joe Reuter leading the overall. He also leads in the pro late models by that same 17-point margin. Josh Gerlach is 17 points behind in the overall. And Nick Cohan is 17 points in arrears in just the late model division. The overall, the most prestigious of all of the titles here at PRO. We are going to try to get a word with the guy that sits in second in the overall points, Josh Gerlach. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Roger.
Well, you're 17 points back heading into tonight's race, man. What is it going to take for the 71 car to flip the script and pick up what is the most prestigious PRO championship of them all?
I'm just going to have to keep it clean and green here for 76 laps, I think. I can really control myself here, so my plan is to try to go out there, get quick time, and win, and let the cards or the chips fall as they may, I guess.
Well, fourth quickest in the practice session. You've already been on the track. What are you seeing out there tonight? What do you think is going to be the way to get that 71 car to victory lane and possibly a championship?
It's definitely a racy racetrack right now. We kind of run this Freedom 76 event here. I believe this is the second or third annual, and we were in the big blocks last year, and it was a hell of a race. And kind of see the same thing here. We have a good field of cars, got some good talent here, and we could really race from top to bottom, at least the way it is now. And I bet we're probably going to see this kind of a track, towards the middle or maybe even the latter stages of the race. So, for me, like I said, I just have to make it through. And finish is going to be the main thing.
76 laps, a long ways. I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot of guys trying to muscle their way to get up there and try to lead all 76. But I expect to see the 71 car maybe pace himself and be smart and keep all the fenders on it all the way up there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to have to keep the right side on it for sure if you want to have a chance. For myself, kind of chasing Joe, I'm in a little bit different of a situation than I was last year. Getting chased, I think it was by Casey, and you can be able to take a little more risks here and there since you're not really defending, I guess. But like you said, you have to be smart. It is a very long race. I think doubled the length of our longest late model race here this year. So just keep her clean and green, and hopefully we put on a good show for everybody watching.
All right, man. Well, we're going to wish you good luck, and hopefully we get to talk to you up on the podium this evening at the end of this thing.
Hope so, Roger. Thank you.
All right, Josh Gerlach, little pre-race interview there. We are already missing the opening ceremonies. Ran that interview just a little bit too long. That's 100% the interviewer's fault. He wasn't listening to the cues in his ear, so we will probably not be able to drop in because it's going to be right in the middle of things, and it just doesn't seem right. But we will we'll get ready for the qualifying session. Watch these guys qualify. Points for qualifying. So if Gerlach can grab P1, go quick time this evening, maybe he can close that up, and it won't be nearly as daunting a task as 17 points, because 17 points is a lot. That's several positions here. I know last week in the 360 sprint cars, it was a tie at the end of the night on points, and they settled it by the number of wins for the season. And we got to see something that we don't get to see very often in any of that. When guys tie in the points, usually 1.2 points, something like that, and it came down to a tie. They were separated by 2 going in, and I think they just finished a couple of spots apart, but there was some heat race points that were accrued by Gerlach and some qualifying stuff that was accrued that put him even further ahead. So in Casey Miller had to finish several spots ahead of him, it brought it to a tie, and maybe we'll see that tonight. Maybe we'll see these guys tie, and then it'll come down to their best finish. Their best average finish or their most wins for the season. I know both drivers have a win, so we'll find out how they're going to break those ties. But right now, qualifying time, a 76-lap feature. We're going to see 3 heat races. We're going to watch all these guys qualify so they know where they're going to start in the heats, and then a B main just for the final starting spots at the back, and 76 green flag laps here. We're watching Don Runkle right now. Let's jump over. We'll watch the 01 car, Nick Chambrone, as he rolls out onto the speedway. We'll see where the jabroni can put that 01 car in qualifying. Like I said, there are 22 or 23, I think 23 drivers in here now, so a full field, pro late models. It's been a great season, man. It's always fun to cover these guys. We're already talking about next season being in the fall, and right back here with us at DRN, so we're looking forward to that. Reuter went quick time. We're looking for Jabroni. Did not get a qualifying time. I think I saw him bump the wall. He was 29 100ths off, but I think I saw him bump the fence. That will hurt him. Robbie Schaefer. And Schaefer times in exactly the same time as Reuter, the thousandths of a second. So a 6.6 and a 6.6X. That's what did it. There is Robert Lynn, third quickest. Peyton Grease jumps to fifth quickest behind Chase Austin. Garrett Boyd on the track. Let's go watch the driver in the 21 car. Different colors on that car tonight for championship night. Used to see red on that car. He's got blue this evening. So out of turn 4. First lap in the books. Second lap. He's not going to even bother with it. Jumps all the way to 8th. About 0.2 off. Ryan Bueller on track. Peek at the driver in the 7 car. He has shown speed at times during the season, and then just for lack of finishes has not really been a factor. Always seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, even when he has the speed. And Bueller, third quickest. 15:69 on the stopwatch. So Jabot, DeBarro, and Yates, the only drivers. Casey Miller also not taking time. Chad Cole now rolling on the speed. I don't know if he's going to have time to complete his laps. Done with his laps, and he moves into the 20th spot. A little over a second off. Make it about 4 seconds off, actually. So 3 drivers did not get to participate. We will take a look. At the starting lineup for heat number 1 on to the pole, the 26 car. That's Jason Haynes, the Canadian driver. On his outside, he sits number 1 in the overall points, or number 2 in the overall points, excuse me. He is 17 points back of Joe Reuter. He drives for Disney Motorsports. This is Josh Gerlach in the 71. Second row inside, the 111 of Chase Austin. And then your points leader. So the 2 guys vying for it right here in the same heat, lining up nose to tail. Gerlach in front of Reuter. Reuter in the 4th starting position. Corbin Hutchison, the 19 car, will start inside row number 3 next to Miles Jansen. He drives the 35. And then the 4th and final row in heat number 1 will be Jerry Watkins, the 011 machine, next to the 05 of Casey Miller. And for whatever reason, I am not seeing a couple of these guys out here. I do not see Casey Miller's car. He may be showing up late. The shelf filler may be getting off work late. We don't know for sure. But hopefully he will make it in time to race tonight. Ooh, just saw Miles Jensen's car blink off for just a second there. There he comes back. So these guys will get ready to roll off pit road. Not sure what happened to Austin there, but it looks to me like he just grabbed one that was parked out behind the barn. That thing's got rust all over it. So the drivers do roll off. There you see Jason Haynes, a 26 machine, the NOS Energy Drink car, on the pole. What a deal we're going to have. Both drivers that are vying for tonight's overall championship. Starting right behind each other, row 1 and 2. And the green flag out over heat 1. Haynes wasted no time. Here comes Chase. Austin slides up in front of Reuter. Reuter got turned. He's backwards on the backstretch. The 20 car heavily damaged. Hutchison back there. And I think when Austin went across Reuter's nose, Reuter checked up, and the car behind him didn't have time to react, got up underneath the back of him and turned him around. So that opens things up. Gerlach now with a chance to close some points in the heat here. We do not have live timing and scoring for the points itself, just here on the track. So hopefully we will get a private message update as to what that will do and close the gap. It was 17 when we opened the gates tonight. Right now, Chase Austin really going after Haynes. He got into the left-hand door there, slides him in 1 and 2. Now they're 3 wide down the backstretch. Austin on top. Gerlach was on the bottom. Haynes was stuck in the middle. Now it's 2 wide as Gerlach falls back behind. 4 laps to go. Three to go this time. Austin hanging on to it. Gerlach's beside Haynes. 2 cars on the top, and Haynes is stuck running through the middle, but he's doing a pretty good job of holding off the 71 of Gerlach. Watkins is back here in 4th. Then Jansen and Reuter. Hutchison bringing up the rear, and Hutchison having all kinds of trouble. He's going to get lapped if he's not careful. End of the heat race as the 19 cars with problems. There's contact between Haynes and Gerlach. Now Gerlach going after Austin. Big slider into 3 and 4. White flag. They were side by side. Gerlach bumped the fence, getting into 1. Down the hill he goes. Good run down the backstretch as Austin finds the fence. Gerlach out in front. Can he hang on for 2 more turns and pick up the win in the heat race? Gerlach goes to victory lane in heat number 1. Austin, Haynes, Watkins, Jansen, Reuter, and Hutchison. So setting the tone for this evening. Josh Gerlach will get in the redraw. 76 laps. We'll find out where that 71 car is going to start come feature time, but he is locked in. Joe Reuter going to come through the B and try to find himself a good starting spot. As we'll look at the starting lineup for heat number 2, the 63 of Ryan Williams will be on pole. And next to him, you can't call him Karen, Nick Cohan, the 21. Robert Lynn will start the 2 car on the inside of the second row next to Robbie Schaefer in the 10. Then the jabroni, Nick Chambrone. On the inside of row number 3 next to Trevor Hinker. That's the 24 car you see rolling off there. In your back row, going to be Chad Cole, the 82, and Anthony DeBarro of the 27. And Chad Cole, well, he blinked out and then he blinked back. That red, white, and blue machine. Looks like he's still feeling pretty patriotic. Bears, Farm, and Fleet. So back to the front, ready to kick this thing off. Heat number 2, about to go under the green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Great start by all 8 drivers, side by side, all the way back till we exited turn 2. Williams grabs the lead. Cohan side by side with Robert Lynn. Now Schaefer's trying to show his nose. Chambrone was down on the bottom, thought about making it 4 wide for a second. The leader, and then 2 wide, 2 deep, almost 2 wide, 3 deep. This time Chambrone goes to the top right in front of Hinker. Hinker made it 3 wide as he cut underneath, and he got around the 82 of Cole. Stays alongside Chambrone. That's a battle for 5th and 6th. Lynn now has his hands full with Schaefer. Clears that. There goes a pass for the lead. Nick Cohan off the inside of turn 4. Grabbed the lead. Slider line in 1 and 2. Extends out. Williams having trouble. He's going to give up another spot as Robert Lynn goes by. Here comes Robbie Schaefer. Schaefer now alongside. That's for 3rd. Williams up top. Schaefer's on the bottom. Lynn clips the fence with the right rear. That slows things down. Schaefer got around Williams. Now he's going to go for the slider in 3 and 4 on Robert Lynn. He's got the spot. Lynn and Williams get together. Chambrone is in this. There are no cautions in the heat races, folks. It just is what it is. You get to the end. Going to be 2 to go this time. Cohan leading the way by half a second over Robbie Schaefer. Then Trevor Hinker, after the dust up last time through turns 1 and 2, sets in third. Chad Cole has moved all the way to fourth, but DeBarro is there. He tried to challenge. He sits fifth. Then it's Williams, Lynn, and Chambrone as the white flag comes out for the 21 machine. Nick Cohan looking to pick up a win and start maybe next to his teammate in this feature. He's locked himself in. No more race until we get to the 76 lapper for Cohan, Schaefer, and Hinker. Cole is fourth, DeBarro fifth, Williams sixth, Lynn was seventh, and Chambrone bringing a very damaged 0-1 machine across the line, and they don't even want to put that one in the trailer. They just want to be done. So we'll get ready to move on to heat number 3, final heat of the evening. And they'll line them up like this. On the pole, the 00 of Don Runkle Jr. on his outside. And the 1.8 electric number 21, Garrett Boyd. Peyton Grease will start. I think it's going to be the 20 car when he rolls out here. In the third position and on his outside, that's the 7 of Ryan Bueller. Row 4, John Borst, the 86. That'll be an all-black machine with the white numbers on it. And next to him, Bill Coy in the 63. And then your final row be the 11 of Shane Yates and Chris Jabot in the 83. Pace truck headed in. Heat 3. These guys waste no time keeping the show rolling. The green flag's in the air on the final heat race of the evening. Side-by-side starts again. Now we're going to go 2 or 3 wide here. Grease went to the bottom. Bueller's going to go up the middle. Runkle move to the top. That opens the door. He is going to have a parade going by him now. Grease is by. Bueller is by. Boyd is past. Runkle back to 4th. Here comes Yates from the back row, already up to 5th. Then Borst, Jabot, and Coy. We go closer to the front. It's all Grease. Right in front of Bueller. He's led both of the first 2 laps. Bueller under fire. That's Boyd on the inside. A good run for the 21 car off the middle of turn 2. And they're side by side. Tiny bit of contact. Bueller gets away with second. Boyd slides back to third. Yates got around Runkle. He's up to 4th. Runkle is 5th. So Shane Yates making a run from the 7th starting spot. Already picked up 3. Looking to pick up 3 more. 4 to go that time. Grease under fire. Bueller under fire. There's 3 wide exit in turn 2. Grease running what I would call a strange entry line right in the middle, then slides it out to the fence. Looks like that car very tight on entry for him. He makes multiple adjustments to it through the corner to get it to turn. Boyd has gone to the top side while Bueller is there. Bueller went to shut that door. Boyd went 2 for 1 on the slider. He didn't get there on either one of them. He'll come out of turn 2 in the middle, and he'll go right back to third as once again he and Bueller trading a lot of paint. That opens the door for Yates. Yates going to take a run of that time. Bueller off the nose of the 21 car. I think the driver of the 21 may be a little frustrated with the driver of the 7. We're coming to the checkered flag. Grease is going through. Yates is going through. And Boyd is going through. Bush, Coy, Bueller, Jabot, and Runkle. And I don't think it's over with the 7 and the 21. Yeah, it ended before it could get going. So, several drivers locked in. They'll do the redraw. We will look at a C main. I think all these drivers should be transferring through. Lynn, Jabot, Miller, Chambrone, and Runkle. They're getting some extra track time. This will kind of help them get into the back of the B main. Then they'll run off the B main to set the final starting grid. And then it's 76 laps for your A main. All right. Jabot in the 7, not the 83 as shown.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag on our C main. Robert Lynn out in front. Jabot is second. Chambrone tucked right under him and right below Chambrone. That will be Casey Miller, the 05 car. Miller works to the middle of the track right beside Jabot. That time Miller had second by about half a car. He's going to run slider line, go all the way to the top right in front of Jabot, bumps into the fence. Jabot goes up under the back of him. Not really even sure how to explain what just happened there. I'm confused. But Jabot goes from a chance for second all the way to fifth. Meanwhile, Robert Lynn, 1.5 seconds out in front of Nick Chambrone, who grabbed second. Don Runkle is third. Casey Miller into fourth. And Jabot a good distance back is fifth. Oh, Lynn heavy into the wall. Out of 2. Really letting the car dance around on him on the exit right there. Now just trying to keep it out of the fence the rest of the way. As we'll watch Chambrone and Runkle. Everybody having trouble with the exit of turn 2, it looks like. Go back here. Jabot's car pretty heavily damaged on the right, left, rear, and across that spoiler up there. So that car probably not handling as efficiently as it could. Miller now is going to make a run at Runkle here, coming to the 3 to go signal. It's still a 2.5 for Robert Lynn out here. He's just kind of on a Sunday cruise. Casey Miller making a run at Runkle. Slide into 3 and 4, goes up to the middle. Runkle tried to cross under. He didn't get there. And now Miller will have the high ground. Oh, big slider from Runkle. Didn't think he was going to go for that as far behind as he was at the entry. And he went for it. Didn't work out. White flag in the air. Robert Lynn still 1.3 seconds ahead. Now Miller's up to third behind Chambrone. But it is all Robert Lynn in the C main. We'll see all these guys in the back of the B, and they'll be in there in the last couple 3 rows. Robert Lynn, Nick Chambrone, Casey Miller, Don Runkle, and Chris Jabot. Man, Jabot wanted to see what the top of that thing was going to do if it was faster, and I can tell him from experience that it is not. So 15 drivers. Everybody's going to transfer. We'll look at our starting lineup. Jerry Watkins and Chad Cole on the front row. Row 2, John Borst and Miles Jensen. Anthony DeBarro and Bill Coy in row 3. Joe Reuter, some work to do for the 20 car. He starts inside row 4 next to Ryan Williams. Then Ryan Bueller and Corbin Hutchison in the 5th row. The 6th row, Robert Lynn and Nick Chambrone, these guys transferring in from the C main, along with Casey Miller and Don Runkle in the 7th row, and Chris Jabot starting shotgun. So Reuter in the B main starting 7th. Needs to go try to win this so he can start, I think that would be row 5 on the outside. Green flag in the air. Watkins immediately goes top shelf. He's got the lead. Chad Cole, Miles Jensen, Joe Reuter up to 4th, started 7th. We haven't even completed a lap. He passed 3 cars. He crosses in lap number 1 in 4th, right in front of Borst, DeBarro, Bueller, Chambrone, Williams, and Hutchison making up our top 10. Casey Miller, problems on the start. Looks like the 05 car may be broken. That thing ain't tracking straight. He is really fighting. So he's going to start deep in tonight's A main field. But now Joe Reuter clicked off 2 more. already up to second place. And he is reeling Watkins in. Jansen trying to keep pace, and he's having a whole lot of fun trying to keep pace with the 20 car right now. Got the 35 wiggling left and right. Battle for the lead. Reuter and Watkins side by side. Watkins going to prevail, getting into one. This time Reuter goes for the slider in 3 and 4. He goes all the way to the top. Watkins cut underneath. I can't call, too close right there. I think Watkins had it back by the thickness of the paint on the nose of that car. Here comes Reuter once again. He's not going to clear him this time, but he's going to stick the nose of the 11 right up underneath the back end of his own car. He took a chance there, and he got away with it. He leads with 6 to go. Now he'll start to pull away. Jansen is closed in on that battle. He's going to move to the inside of Watkins. Watkins going to bump it off the fence in 3 and 4. Didn't slow him down a bit. Cole still fourth. DeBarro and Chambrone side by side. Chambrone down on the bottom. DeBarro up top. That time, DeBarro clips Chambrone, bouncing it off the fence. He bounced the right rear off the fence, and he clipped Chambrone into the right rear with the left front when the car darted to the left. That lets Bueller get by, but it is Reuter stretching this thing out to 1.7 seconds. We're down to 3 to go. Jansen got around Watkins, so did Cole. So Jerry Watkins back to 4th. And Bueller is closing in on that. DeBarro and Borst had a moment out of 4. Joe Reuter, white flag in the air for the B main. And he is going to do exactly what he needed to. He'll be starting in about the 10th position tonight. So Jansen looks like he's going to hang on for 2nd. Cole 3rd, Bueller 4th, and Watkins got into him a little bit. Watkins will finish 5th. DeBarro, Boyce, Williams, Coy, Lynn, Hutchison, Jabot, Runkle, Miller, and Chambrone. That's how our B main will end. We will look to see if these guys are going to take any time on the track. It looks like they are going to give themselves a minute or two to get some pre-feature warm-up laps in. So while they do that, we're going to run a little commercial for you. We'll be back with your feature race momentarily. Big thank you to all of our partners here at DRM. Don't forget tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. DSRO, Lucas Smith, Chrysler Centers, I-55 Weekly Series, Pro Late Models, round number 8, I believe it is. Been a pretty exciting season. The guys have been doing 50 lap features, and as the season has gone on, they have gotten more and more into the long green runs. They ran about 43 laps last week. Don't forget to tune in for that. Then a bunch of championships on Sunday night going on. All right now, feature time, 76 laps, Freedom 76. Get ready to run it through our starting lineup. It's going to be Bueller. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Gerlach and Cohan on the front row. Grease and Austin, row 2. Robbie Schaefer and Shane Yates in row 3. Trevor Hinker and Jason Haynes in the 4th row. Garrett Boyd and Joe Reuter in the 5th row. Reuter doing what he needed to do. Got closer to the front, about halfway through the field now. Then Jansen Nicole, row number 6. Now Bueller and Watkins in row 7. DeBarro and Borst in row 8. Williams and Coy in row 9. Lynn and Hutchison row 10. Jabot and Runkle row 12. And Miller and Chambrone in that final row. The drivers rolling out onto the track. They're going to shake things up on us a little bit, and it's going to be Austin and Cohan in row 1. Gerlach and Schaefer in row 2. Haynes and Yates in row 3. Boyd on the inside of row 4, I think. Next to him will be Hinker. And then Jansen and Reuter will stay in row 5. Everybody behind that staying the same. So the redraw shuffles the field a little bit. It takes Cohan and keeps him where he is, but moves Gerlach back 1 row. 76 laps. Lights off on the pace truck. Will be going green this time out of turn number 4. Series finale for 2022A. 2 champions. Your late model champion and your overall champion crowned tonight as we are ready to pound the ground. Green flag in the air, and we are underway. PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series finale, Freedom 76. Into turn 3, already lap number 1. Austin has the lead. Cohan is battling for second. It is a mob behind that. Gerlach, Schaefer, Haynes, Boyd, Jansen, Yates, Bueller, Hinker, Reuter, all right there. Reuter still mired in 10th or 11th, and he is behind a 3 and 4 wide pack, and he's in the middle of a 3 wide contact with DeBarro. Here comes Watkins. He's trying to make it almost 4 wide. Drivers starting to settle in just a touch back here. A little contact there, but everybody's figuring out their line. Austin in front of Cohan, Gerlach. Those 3. 1, 2, 3 in a line. Then they're 2 wide for I don't know how many deep, 4 or 5 rows. With Boyd going after Haynes. He is trying to get 4th. Got out of shape. Everybody saves him. Excuse me there, folks. Allergies are really kicking up. Things started to dry out around here, and it has been a raw nose and a raw throat for a couple of days. Chase Austin hanging on to our lead. Through 1 and 2. Here comes Gerlach. He goes to the inside on a Cohan, and he didn't have enough momentum. Now Cohan goes for the lead. Alongside Austin, half a car. Austin still out in front. That time with the slider, Austin crossed him over. Into 3 and 4. Austin's got it. Cohan's alongside of Gerlach. He's on the top. Gerlach needs a bunch of positions if he is going to pull off the championship. He falls into line in 3rd. He's right in front of Robbie Schaefer. Bueller Up to 5th. He got around Boyd. Boyd is 6th. Now Joe Reuter is up to 7th, so the 20 car is starting to find his way forward. He's picked up 4 spots since lap number 1. Anthony DeBarro back here at 8th. He's picked up 7 right now. Hard charger in the race. He runs in 8th, right in front of Haynes Williams. Shane Yates is 11th, and Yates is starting to roll forward. We'll go to the front. Cohan has the lead. Now Gerlach got around Austin. Austin under fire in a 3 wide. Schaefer's in the middle. Bueller's on the bottom. Austin was on the top. They're going to sort that out. Here comes Boyd up to the top as he is alongside Ryan Bueller. Reuter right in behind. Reuter still mired in 7th position. 2 wide in front of him for 2 rows, so he can't really go anywhere too fast, but he's got 64 laps to do all the passing that he needs to. Needs to get up there and be right on top of Gerlach when they finish, I think. Anywhere probably within about 3 spots, I think he's good to go. That time Bueller into the door of the 111 of Chase Austin. Bueller goes by Austin. Austin had Boyd up the inside. Reuter now down to the inside of Boyd, as Boyd had to check up a little on the exit. Fighting back on the top side. Caution for the first time. As John Borst, the 86 car, it looks like, may have had a problem down here. Right in front of Casey Miller. Got the car a little out of shape, and Miller got up underneath him, and then Chambrone got up under Miller. This was a chain reaction type deal after that, so. We'll slow things down. 16 laps in, 60 to go. It's Cohan, Gerlach, Schaefer, Bueller, Austin, Boyd, Reuter, DeBarro, Haynes, and Williams. Man. So he made it about 1/5 of the way before the first caution. Great start to things. Little bumping, little grinding, a whole lot of racing, and some great 3 and 4 wide action. So they'll get them set up 2 by 2 once again. We'll get ready to go back to green. Pace truck is in, just waiting for Cohan to find the throttle pedal. He does exactly that. Robbie Shaver timed him up perfect. He pulls right alongside Josh Gerlach. Gerlach fights back on the top of 3rd and 2. He'll grab 2nd. Shaver 3rd. Here comes Bueller. Bueller trying to go to the top side. He wants a podium spot early in this one. Gerlach with the momentum, fully alongside. Now he'll get the pass completed out of turn number 2. Schaefer back to 4th. Austin is 5th, Garrett Boyd 6th, then Reuter, DeBarro, Haynes, and Williams in the top 10. There's Shane Yates. He's 11th in the 11 car, looking to pick his way forward. Joe Reuter struggling a little bit, lost a spot right there to DeBarro, moving back to 8th. Back towards the front. Cohan has gotten away from these guys. Cohan closed last season out with a win, and he is trying to do the same thing this year, it looks like, as he is out to over a second on these guys. We're coming to complete lap 19. There goes Bueller. Big slide job across the front. Right there on Gerlach. Gerlach countered that easily. He'll get the spot back in turn 2. Can he find the drive off? Nope. Bueller pulls alongside. Bueller was out of shape. He kept that car out of the right-hand door of the 71. Now they'll be side by side at the line, and I know what Bueller's going to do. Slider, go up the hill. He didn't have enough. And I think Gerlach will have this coming out of 2. Schaefer right behind, trying to figure out which car is going to move first. That's the line he wants to be in, as there was another slide job. Out of Bueller. Gerlach countered it, but it's going to happen again down here in 3 and 4. We're in the slide job zone right now. That time Bueller tried to cut it off, and Gerlach went even lower than normal, and he still kept the spot. He didn't get it set down on the nose of the 7. Now they're side by side. This time Bueller might prevail here. He went in only so far and then parked it. Now they're side by side. This is going to be a great battle for quite a few laps, it looks like. Bueller had the advantage out of 2. He's got the advantage on the exit of 4 by about a car. So Ryan Bueller, 2.5 seconds behind the leader, now has second. Gerlach is third. Schaefer's right there in fourth. Austin and Reuter up to 6 as he got around. Boyd got around DeBarro. Yates has moved up to 9th. Then Ryan Williams is still in 10th, and he's holding down a good run in the top 10 for the 63 car. But it is all Cohan. 2.6 seconds. He's going to be in lap traffic in a handful of laps here. We're creeping in on halfway, about 6 laps shy of the halfway point. We'll go back here and watch and see if Schaefer can work over Gerlach. We talked to Gerlach in the pre-race about what it was going to take for him to steal the championship away from Joe Reuter. Cohan trying to do his part to steal the late model championship away. Oh, that time Austin and Boyd get together.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
We'll go back and watch this one. Out of 2, Boyd, not a lot of room, and he got the fence, and he just bumped into Austin. That just ran right up underneath him. Austin able to continue, landed on all 4s. So about 5 laps shy of halfway, we catch a caution. Cohan, Bueller, Gerlach, Schaefer, Boyd, Reuter, DeBarro, Yates, Williams, and Casey Miller now inside your top 10. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. Freedom 76 season finale, PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series. 2 championships will be decided. 17 points separated, both coming in. The overall between Joe Reuter and Josh Gerlach, and the Pro Late Model Championship. Joe Reuter led that by 17 points over the driver in first place right now, Nick Cohan. And right now, Cohan is first and Reuter is 6th. Cohan came out, ran good in his heat race. Reuter had to go into the C and work his way through the B. But he won the C main, or he was in the B main, excuse me, and he won the B main, and he started 10th in this feature. So has not improved a ton of spots, but has improved nonetheless. Right now, hard charger Casey Miller plus 13. Started 23rd. He is 10th. All right, back under the green.
Green flag, green flag.
28 down, 48 to go. And 2.6 seconds was erased during that last caution, and now Bueller's going to try to waste no time. He's going to go right after Cohan. He's got his work cut out for him because Cohan has been running on the roof, and he has kept the right rear out of the fence the entire time. And he stretches away from these guys after about 6 or 7 laps. The gap just starts to open. You can physically see it every time they come off the corner. Gerlach now having a fight as Garrett Boyd making a move. Trying to go 2 for 1. He was alongside Gerlach and then lost a spot to Gerlach and the spot to Reuter. So keep him 5th as Joe Reuter now up there into fourth. He's up 6 spots from his starting position. Lap car down on the bottom. I don't even know who that was. It wasn't Runkle. DeBarro now works to the inside of the lap car. And a good job by everybody working their way around the one machine. Bill Coy, I believe, in the one car. So we'll go back to the front. Cohan, Bueller. There's Don Runkle getting a lap. Don Runkle 21st. Gerlach still third, but Reuter is right there, and Reuter trying to get around the 71. Been really, really strong all season in these late models. Here comes Shane Yates as Yates went around Boyd out of 4. He's got 5th. Boyd back to 6th, and Yates is on a charge. Halfway next time around. Boyd, DeBarro, that's 7th. Casey Miller is 8th. Robbie Schaefer in the 9th spot right there. Now Nick Chambrone, the 01. Runs in 10th. We're going back to the front. It is 6/10 of a second for Cohan over Bueller. Then it's a big gap back to Gerlach, 1.2 seconds. Gerlach as a stretched away from Reuter just a little bit. Give him about 3 or 4/10 of a second. And Shane Yates starting to close in on the 120 car. Got the 21 of Boyd in tow. Those 3 just about in lockstep. They've kept the spacing easy. You saw Boyd go to the bottom. He didn't really gain anything there. You can see the track starting to wear. There's a couple of grooves that look like they're a little bit tacky. Way at the top and right in the very center. Car is stretched all the way around the Eldora Speedway. As we'll go back to the battle. 4th, 5th, and 6th right here. Reuter is down on the bottom. Yates up at the top, and Yates has a spot. Boyd follows him through. Drop Reuter all the way back to 6th. So Cohan, 3/4 of a second out in front of Ryan Bueller, who runs 2nd. And then Gerlach is 3rd. And Yates closing quickly in 4th, and he's bringing Boyd right along with him. Boyd is staying about 2.5 or 3 car lengths back and really not losing ground, just kind of following the tire tracks of the 11. That time, Gerlach, big problems for the 71 car, way out of shape, and he lost a lot of ground to Bueller that time.
All right, man, caution is
And
out.
caution, once again, I think Peyton Grease may have crashed. Oh, looks like DeBarro and Chambrone get together again, and Grease gets collected in it. So, a couple of teammates got together there. So with about 30 to go, it's going to be Cohan, Bueller, Gerlach, Yates, and Boyd, the top 5. Reuter, Chambrone, Williams, Miller, Robbie Schaefer rounding out the top 10. Chase Austin off track. Robert Lynn off track. Bill Coy off track. Runkle, 21st. Last of the remaining running cars. So 30 laps remaining. Freedom 76 PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series Season 2022A coming to a close. 2 championships on the line. Your overall, the 71 and the 20. 17 points apart, the 20 leading coming in. And also the 20 car leading by 17 points in the Pro Late Model Division over the guy leading the race right now, the 21 car of Nick Cohan. All those cars in the top 6.
Green, green, green.
So the championship being decided right here, close to the podium as we restart with 30 to go. Cohan once again straight to the point. Bueller second. Now Shane Yates goes top shelf. He gets around Gerlach, excuse me. And he took Boyd with him. I told you, the 21 car locked in step with the 11, following basically in his tire tracks. And he's going forward as well. Gerlach is 5th. Reuter now 6th. Casey Miller, Ryan Williams, Nick Chambrone all in that group right there. Trevor Hinker right in the middle of this. He runs 11th. Back to the front as Yates is going after Bueller. Boyd's going after Yates. That time Bueller lost the whole car, got it into the fence. Going to make a run at Yates. Yates up to 2nd. Bueller back to 3rd, and Boyd is right there. Now contact between Gerlach and Chambrone through 3 and 4. That time Chambrone way out of shape, gives up the spot to Gerlach, give up a spot to Williams. He's got Reuter hounding him now. Here comes Casey Miller. They're 3 wide through 3 and 4. That's for 7th, 8th, and 9th. Very racy with about 25 laps to go. As Chambrone goes around on the top side, picks up the spot. Move him to 7th. Miller and Reuter side by side for 8th and 9th. And there's Robbie Schaefer back inside the top 10 in the 97. Cohan, 1.6 seconds out in front of Yates, and Yates has got a lot of work to do. Bueller slid his way into 3rd, and he's hanging on up there right in front of Garrett Boyd. Josh Gerlach trying to fight back. Said he wanted to keep the right side on the car, and I don't think the mission was accomplished. It looks like a lot of damage to the right side, that sail panel. Not really creating any downforce, especially off the right rear corner. As Williams there now starting to hound him, goes to the outside. Just not enough of a run. Couldn't pull alongside, getting into one and keep Gerlach off the high line. Yates holding station 1 3/4. That time Boyd went for a move on Bueller. Didn't quite have enough gumption to get it there. Had to back off, give the spot. Gerlach under fire from Williams. Good action at the 5th place, 6th place positions right here. Chambrone right behind that in 7th. Reuter back to 8th. Then Schaefer and Miller 9th and 10th. Shane Yates just a tick quicker, but not the quickest car on the track. Ryan Bueller was quickest last time around. Lap car of Coy. Staying out of the way. Bueller going back at Boyd. Boyd with the cut under down the backstretch. He'll have about a 1/4 car advantage into 3. Goes to the slider line. Goes up the hill. Bueller cuts back underneath. We're going to see a slider from Bueller in 1 and 2. Boyd with a good run down the hill. Clears him completely. Now Boyd has 3rd. Goes to the top line. Going to try to run down the 11 car. Followed Yates through the field from about 8th place up. Here is a caution. This time looks like possibly Peyton Grease. That 20 car had a problem. He is very slow. I think he's getting ready to go to the pits, and he might catch the tire barrier trying to get in right here. Well, just got the car too far sideways, and it triggered. All he was doing was getting in the pits, and they throw a caution for that. So So we'll get back to the front. It is Cohan, Yates, Boyd, Bueller, Gerlach, the top 5. Williams, Chambrone, Reuter, Schaefer, and Miller, the top 10. Only 17 laps to go, so we're inside 20. Getting down to the end of this one. 18 cars still on the lead lap, 21 cars still on the track. We're going to try to talk to the top 3 and both of our champions. I figure one of them will probably be in the top 3. They will tabulate the points real quickly as soon as the race is over to let us know who got what. Right now, both championships I still think are up in the air. Gerlach is in 5th. Reuter is in 7th. So the overall maybe not as contested, shall we say. Reuter's in 8th. Reuter is in 8th. As the late model championship, because Cohan has led every lap. Now he's got a challenger. Shane Yates, really, really tough customer.
Green flag, green
And
flag.
the green flag back in the air, 16 laps to go. Cohan once again with a fantastic start. Yates locks in step. Boyd and Bueller going at it side by side once again. The last time Boyd got the best of him. Now going to come out of 3 and 4. Still 4th behind Bueller. Williams now trying to make a run. Williams settles into 5th behind Boyd. He's right in front of Gerlach. Joe Reuter on to the bottom, working beside Nick Chambrone, and now goes up the hill. Got Robbie Schaefer to the inside there. So Reuter up a spot, make him 7th. But I don't think Chambrone quite done with that yet. In and up the hill. Didn't get it there. He's going to lose a spot anyway. Chambrone going for it. Miller bounced it off the wall, off the very top. He moves all the way up to the 8th spot. As he banked it off the fence in turn 1, and it actually looked like it gave him some momentum. Cohan. Quarter second now. The battle for second. Bueller got around Yates as Yates had a problem on the exit at 2. Yates under fire. As Boyd goes for the slider in 2. Couldn't get it now. Boyd may be in trouble. He may give up 2 spots here. Right in lockstep with the 11 once again. He's got Williams on the inside. That's a battle for 4th. Oh, at the front, Bueller got into Cohan in 1 and 2, and I think Cohan maybe bumped the fence just a tiny bit. So we are down to 9 to go. Through 1 and 2 that time. Bueller with a little bump to the fence, but it didn't slow him down a bit. He's still a quarter second back. He's going to go for the slider in 3 and 4. Didn't have enough momentum, and he couldn't get it there. Yates and Boyd have cleared to Williams, and now they're back to doing their tandem deal where Yates is showing the way and Boyd's following in the tire tracks. They're going to try to reel in the leaders. Cohan's starting to stretch it out. Almost a half second now. Settled back into his rhythm. He's got 7 laps to hold off. Ryan Bueller in the 7 car. Bueller keeping it at 4/10. Yates quickest on the track that time by. And Yates and Boyd going at it. And that is going to be over the final podium spot. Williams right there in the middle of that thing. And that time Boyd went up the hill, had to check it up. He's going to lose a spot to Williams now. Don't think he was sure where that lap car was going to be, and he tried to go in there and leave enough space for Yates. Didn't want to get the lap car either, and it cost him a spot. But right now, Bueller has gotten around Cohan in 1 and 2. It's Cohan had problems. Cohan with a huge mistake. Inside of 5 to go, and Ryan Bueller now out in front. Cohan may have broken the 21 car. It looks like he is nursing a bad race car. So Ryan Bueller, 9/10 of a second, coming around to 2 to go this time. Bueller sees the twin flags. 2 laps to go. Cohan is second. Yates is third. Williams into the fence. He may not give up the spot, though, to Boyd, who went for the slider line, and Williams got a great run down the backstretch. He's going to go for the slider in 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Yates fending him off. We're one more time around. We're going to watch your leader go down the backstretch and into 3 and 4. Final time for the Freedom 76. Cohan with a big drive. Contact. Bueller wins it. Cohan second. Boyd gets around Yates on the final lap. He comes home third. And Yates and Williams 4th and 5th. So we'll talk to our top 3. We'll find out who our champion is. All the divisions as Reuter finishes 7th. I don't know if that was enough to hold on to the championship in the late models. But with Gerlach finishing right in front of him in 6th, I'm pretty sure it's enough for Joe Reuter to be our overall champion. As we will leave everybody there. Oh, we can't even type tonight. So Garrett Boyd already in channel. So let's bring in the face for radio and talk to him. He drives the 21 car. He finishes 3rd tonight in the Freedom 76. Garrett Boyd, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, heck of a run. We watched you for a little while, and it looked like you kind of went to school on the back end of the 11 car there, man. Tell us what was going on in the middle of the race. You were following Shane up through the field.
I was trying to pick the points to pass. It's kind of went one lane and kind of had to depend on somebody making a mistake to get around them.
Well, it looked like you two were able to pick off a lot of cars, and you were just kind of following right in his tire tracks, and you guys went from about 9th and 10th all the way up to 4th and 5th right there. And then once we went back to green, it looked like the track really went away from everybody. How tough was it to find any kind of grip, especially along the top? Because I saw a lot of guys banking them off the fence tonight.
Yeah, you just had to ride that thin line. The bumps in 3 and 4 were definitely the hardest thing to get through. You could either hit them and come out of the corner like a rocket ship or come out of the corner like a train. So it's you kind of roll the dice every lap.
Well, you started the season off like a house of fire. You had the points lead for a long time, about to the midway point, and then it kind of literally like the wheels came off. You come back, you finish up with a podium. Going to be a little bit of a break. Is this going to be something to make you look forward to starting the fall season with these guys when they kick it back off?
Oh, for sure. And hopefully we can bring a little bit more consistency with us in the next season.
Well, an awesome run. I'm sure you got some shout-outs, and we'll let you celebrate a great run in the Freedom 76 tonight.
Big shout out to Oklahoma. I already forgot what they changed their name to. Oklahoma Parkinson's Alliance, Grand Garage, Field Point Energy Services, and 1-8 Electric.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night back in a Pro Late model over in Peevely.
Yeah, hopefully we have a little bit more luck.
Yeah, hopefully a little bit more. But hey, a podium's a podium, man. Thanks for chatting with us, buddy. Garrett Boyd, he finishes in 3rd tonight. Let's talk to 2nd place in the Freedom 76 tonight. We maybe could call him Karen. We're not supposed to. I don't really know how that all works out, but broadcaster's privilege. Karen Cohan, what are you up to, buddy?
I'm doing okay, Roger.
Nothing but love for you, my man. You led 72 laps of this thing, and we were watching a great battle for about 3rd or 4th back there. We come back, and Bueller's going by. What happened?
You're going to have to ask Ryan that. I had to just run on the outside line. He tried to slider on me, and next thing you know, I'm in the fence. He says he lift, but hard to say when you're driving up the wall. So it sucks to lead 72 laps of 76 of them. But, you know, that's how it goes. It was was a good race for this CJ Automotive Circle Jerks Toyota late model here at Eldora. It's one of my favorite tracks in the game. You can move around a lot. Unfortunately, second half kind of went one groove there, but just unfortunately we didn't get the win in the last race. I knew we didn't really have a shot at the championship, so it's kind of just hoping for a last win here, and unfortunately we come up a little short.
So does that officially mean that Reuter did get the late model championship?
Yes, Joe is your late model champion and your overall champion.
Wow, so lots of hardware going to the 20 camp. Well, nonetheless, we talked about I want to say about 15 laps. Right around that first caution, we talked about how last season you closed things out with a win, and you were making it look pretty easy out there. We thought you were going to pick up another one here. A lot of momentum, though, and you seem to come on strong at the end of the seasons. Why does it take you that many races to start to put together such good runs?
I was looking at my results the past couple weeks, or a couple weeks ago. I was looking at my results from this past season, and the late models actually did pretty decent. And I just had a real bad string of luck in the sprint cars early on, and it shows because mathematically we were in the championship battle here for the late models. So, if we would just had a little more luck in the sprint cars in the beginning of the season, I don't think I finished in the top 10 until the 5th or 6th sprint car race, and we don't have many of them. So, that really hurt the overall. It's tough to come back, especially when you're racing guys like Joe and Josh, are just consistent all the time. You need to be, and Casey too, you need to be super consistent. And, I think it's just luck. I just, last year I had a lot going on. I wasn't making it through. I wasn't even getting online until 9 o'clock, so I didn't get any practice. So it took me a long time to get in a rhythm. But this year, I think it was a little bit of luck. I could have done a little bit better in some situations and whatnot. But just the sprint cars just couldn't seem to get the results that we deserve. We ran in the top 5 quite a few races there in the beginning and showed a lot of speed, but just couldn't close it out.
Well, nonetheless, you come home second tonight. A great run, a great season. I'm going to let you give some shout-outs before we let you get out of here. We want you to go too far. We want you to change hats, take your driver's hat off, and put your promoter's hat on so we can bring you back at the end.
Yeah, as far as this car goes, the number 21 machine here, just proud to finish wherever we did in points. I know it was top 5, so I'm proud of that. Got to thank all of my teammates at Disney Motorsports, Revival Motoring, Circle Jerks Podcast, Perk Coffee, and everybody, all the admins here at Pretend Racing Online. This is by far the most fun I have every week. Is Tuesdays and Wednesdays battling with these guys. It's a fun group, and I look forward to it every week. So I can't wait till the next season.
All right, well, congrats on a great run. Hang around for a minute. We'll come back with your promoter hat on and talk to you about what you got in store for the rest of the summer and next season.
All right, sounds good, Roger.
Nick Cohan runs second tonight. Now, almost grabbed the wrong driver. We're going to bring in the winner of the Freedom 76. He closes out the season. He drives the 7 car. Ryan Buell, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, Roger.
Well, a whole lot was going on, a lot with the 7 car tonight. I got to tell you, man, for next season, I think you should take all the magnets out of that car. They're just bad.
Yeah, this was a brutal season. I just couldn't get out of my own way.
Well, a heck of a run tonight. You take the lead with 4 to go and pick it up. And it looked like, you were pretty quick all night long, just wrong place, wrong time a couple of times. And then you had to fight past a lot of 2 and 3 wide traffic in front of you. In the feature, how tough was it to find a way to get up there? But once you got to second, Katie barred the door.
I think it was a little bit rough once I got to second or so, but I went from 13th to 3rd or 4th in a couple laps, just kept cruising. Car was just dialed in. And I lost my momentum a little bit on a couple of restarts. Thought Shane was just going to fly away with it, so I kind of let him go so I could take care of my tires. And then all of a sudden, it seemed like he kept trying a little bit too hard, or his tires went away, and reeled back past him. Had a good outside starting spot on that last restart, and knew I had to take advantage.
Well, an awesome run. Would it surprise you to find out that you did not get hard charger, even though you picked up 12 spots tonight?
That is surprising.
Yeah, 15 spots. Casey Miller started 23rd and finished 8th tonight. But an awesome run. You're the only other driver to pick up that many spots, or close to that many spots tonight in this thing. 7B car closing out the season with a win. What is that going to give you with a little bit of time off during the summer before we come back? What are you going to be thinking about before we bring this thing back in the fall?
All of it is just prepping for the Eldora Million that's coming up in a few days. So it's good to get a win in here in the week, get it ready for the next race.
All right, man, some shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you celebrate a great win to close the season out.
Yeah, I just got to give a shout out to all Team GSR members, Nick and the other admins for running this league. It's a lot of work running leagues and running them successfully. Congrats to Joe Reuter on the championship, one of our teammates.
All right, man, thanks for chatting with us. We're getting ready to talk to Joe, so we'll look forward to seeing you back next season, buddy.
Have a good one, Roger.
Ryan Bueller wins your feature tonight. Now, we'll talk to the guy. He didn't leave his car on the track, but I don't think he knew he was supposed to. He puts it up on the podium, which is where champions go. He gets the Pro Late Model Championship, and he gets the overall. We've talked to him a bunch of times. He's had a great season. He drives in the 20 car. Joe Reuter, are you there, buddy?
Yes, sir, Roger.
Well, you did it, man. You had the points lead. You lost the points lead. You got it back, and you close it out. A 7th-place run tonight, but it was enough to hold both of those guys off. And Cohan was trying to make a run at stealing the Pro Late Model Championship from you.
Yeah, I was pretty worried there. Like lap 30, I wasn't going forward as much as I thought I was going to be. We had a couple restarts that I kind of got, let's just say, used up a little bit, and I was trying to just keep it clean and knowing I had to run for the points, and I think maybe that hurt me a little bit. And then I think we got a bunch of damage on the car, and I just wasn't as fast towards the end, and I figured I was just going to ride around the top and try not to lose this thing.
Well, would it surprise you to know there ain't a single car getting loaded in a trailer tonight that doesn't have damage?
No, not with the cushion being as high as it was. I knew that everyone was either trying to bang their car off the cushion or they weren't going to be fast. So.
Or off each other. We saw plenty of paint getting traded out there tonight.
Yeah.
8 tires are better than 4. I'm not sure if that really applies on dirt, but, hey, you got to go with what you see. But an awesome season, man. The overall championship probably, and I talked to Gerlach before the night because he was trying to chase you down and ask him, the most prestigious of all the championships at PRO is probably this overall championship. You get it this season, man. What did it take to get you there?
Honestly, it was just trying to salvage my way through that sprint car because I'm terrible in that thing and I'm okay in the late models. So I just knew that just run top 5, top 10 in the sprint car, and there was a couple nights I was able to get into the top 3 and just trying to keep it clean. And then when I got to the late models, that was when I could really kind of show my speed. And we got lucky on a couple of those races where I got to start up front and lead a bunch of the race and win it. And then just trying to keep the car clean. I was going through the points, and I looked in the pro late models. I had, I think, 6 incidents the entire year. So I think that helps out.
Yeah, a lot of consistency in keeping the car clean. We talked to you a few weeks ago, and you said the biggest thing that you try to do every night is just get the car home cleanly. And it seemed to work out because you were very consistent. The sprint car up and down, but I think towards the end of the season you actually got a handle on that, it looked like, and really made some strides forward, and that's probably what helped propel you to the overall. Would you agree?
Yeah. Just being able to, race every Tuesday with a really, really good group of guys, and trying to get better and better every week.
All right, man, some shout-outs, some thank yous for the season. Awesome to see somebody pick up a couple of pieces of hardware, and you get to do it this time, so you got to come back and defend it next season.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank Radke Reuter Electric for their help on this car and on the real car. I'd like to say hi to my mom, my dad, my grandma. They watch me every Tuesday night. I'd like to say thanks to my wife and kids for hanging out while I do this every Tuesday night. And thanks to you, Roger. Thanks to Nick and the guys at Pro for putting this league on. And just really, really glad that we were able to pull off this title.
Well, congratulations again, man. Give everybody an apology from me for having to watch such a terrible show every week. To your family there, if they watch you every night, man, it's got to be just excruciating for them.
No joke, Roger. I was talking to my mom the other night, and she said that Roger sounds like a really nice guy. So
Well, I try to be. I definitely try to be, and I appreciate that. Congratulations again, man. I look forward to seeing you on track very soon, sir.
All right, thank you, Roger.
Joe Rutter wins both the overall and the Pro Late Model Championship to close out the season. A fantastic job by him. We're going to get Nick Cohan up here. We made him put on his promoter hat. So, Nick, you there, buddy?
I got you, Roger.
We had a great interview with the champion. Talked to him about how prestigious it is to get the overall championship, and we feel like it is probably the most prestigious of all the championships here at PRO. How do you guys rate that?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we rotate every week, so for the viewers that are just tuning in, we're running late models this week. Last week we ran sprint cars, and we rotate every week, and we've been doing that for a couple seasons now, and it's worked out pretty good. I mean, some people like it, some people don't, and man, it's difficult to keep everybody happy. But as far as prestige or whatnot, the overall is great. I think that's definitely the bigger trophy here. I mean, it really is. The trophies that we send out are the bigger trophies for the overall. You have to drive two totally different cars. Going from a 360 sprint car to a pro late model is very, very different. And having to commit to being here every week that we run is a task in itself. So, it's a cool championship format that we got here, and I'm just, I really am happy that of all the drivers that come out here for Tuesday nights, it's a lot of fun, and I have so much fun with this group of guys. It's very fun. We have a lot of jokes going on in the Discord and whatnot, but when we get on the racetrack, it's a lot of fun, clean racing, and I really appreciate everybody that's come out this season.
Well, I think you guys are taking the summer off, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so we kind of split the year up. We have a 2022A and a 2022B season. We normally start around January, February, and we go to about now, end of May, beginning of June, and we take a little summer break, give everybody a little break, give us a little time as admins to breathe a little bit, because as you know, it's a task in itself to run a league. So take a little summer break. Everybody can, we do our shenanigans races where we drive any and everything at a bunch of different racetracks just for fun and goofing off, and keep it fun and late, and where we can kind of take our frustrations out on each other if we have to. And then we come back in August. August is our 2022 B season. Should be I believe our 5th or 6th dirt season here at Pretend Racing Online. I think about the 3rd or 4th with you. With Dirt Racing Network, but it should be fun. I can't really say exactly what we're doing with cars and whatnot yet, but as far as the members who are a part of Pro right now, we're gonna have some tire tests coming up here mid to late June, and then we're gonna be doing that'll actually be open for anybody who wants to sign up, which signups are open now for Pretend Racing Online. You'll be able to check us out on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. So it'll be fun. We have some ideas that we're testing out for the B season. And like I said, it's hard to keep everybody happy, so we're going to see what we can do.
So along with that, during the summer, any special events that you are particularly looking forward to taking part in?
Well, as far as special events go, there are 2 coming up this summer. One is with you and the Jason Johnson Memorial Race. You know a little bit more information than I do about that one, but looking forward to that one. Hopefully we can get everybody here from Pro to join up with that. It's a really good event, bunch of prizes. Like I said, you'll be able to give a little bit more information on that. And then I believe we have one with you also coming up in our fall season, I believe in August. But as far as Pro, we're also going to have our own little special event coming up in the fall season, kind of like a World of Outlaws type format where kind of anybody and everybody and anybody can kind of sign up and race. It'll be under hosted, but there still will be Pretend Racing Online points for those drivers and whatnot. It'll be a really fun event, hopefully with some prizes for that race in itself, and it'll be fun. But as far as the Jason Johnson Memorial, that's your thing. Yeah, that's your thing to discuss here.
Well, we're looking forward to doing that. We're looking forward to the 360 season at DSRL that's coming up with the Sprints for Freedom. We're in the middle of that, and then doing the Triple Crown Showdown again with PRO, SSR, and DSRL, and putting that thing together.
Yeah, the Triple Crown. That's what I was thinking of in August. There, yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping to get a lot of power behind that and do it. Last year's was awesome, and it's fun to work with you guys. And
oh yeah, it's a blast. It's a blast. If you aren't a part of it, you're tuning in here now. definitely sign up and get a part of at least one of these 3 leagues and get a part of it, because it's a lot of fun, a lot of racing in a short amount of time, but it's well worth it. It's a lot of fun, and it just helps grow each league. I'm so tired of leagues like not promoting each other and not wanting to help each other and kind of like battling. I don't think that's the way to do it. This is just a video game, and I think what we do here with DSRL, NARC, and Pretend Racing Online, it's fun to work together. You give a little taste. It's like a little taste test for everybody, and it kind of benefits everyone. So if somebody likes 360 sprint cars, they like the mix that is pro, they could sign up for that.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody that likes the open setup stuff or whatnot, they could sign up at DSRL or NARC. And there's so many different options between the 3 leagues, and it's fun to work together, and it kind of keeps the community close together like a core group. So it's a really fun event.
I find it's fun to work with the other admins and all the input and everybody's opinions and ideas. And then also that drivers get to race with guys that they don't normally race with because they're not part of a league. They're not part of this league or that league or whatever. And so you kind of learn, man, there's a lot of different driving styles. There's a lot of different guys that have a lot of talent, and it puts a lot of guys together. And like I said, the one we did last year in September was, I think, one of the funnest shows I've ever been a part of. I didn't even race. And just being an admin and taking, in all of what the guys were doing, we had some fantastic racing. It was just an amazing night. So if you haven't registered for those 3 series, definitely do so. And I actually talked to Steve McMillan over at World of Thunder, and he has a couple of late model series on Sunday nights. And some of those guys are going to look at maybe trying to join us for the Triple Crown, and that may expand our field with some very talented guys very quickly in this deal in September.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to your fall season to see what kind of cars you guys bring in. I'm looking forward to all the special events that we're all working on together. And, just the fact that there's 2 or 3 series that actually can get together, work together. There's no infighting. There's no nonsense. I think that's amazing.
Right. Yep.
And I'm very happy to have you guys as part of that. So I look forward to everything that we're working on together, man. It's been a fun season. Thank you for having DRN. We look forward to your fall season, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, Roger. Just want to give a shout out to my admins, John Borst and Josh Garlick, for letting me do this. I mean, I'm a pain in the ass, so it's pretty incredible they let me do this. And all the guys that help, just all the drivers here at Pro put on a good show, and all the memes that we have in Discord and whatnot, and just a couple sponsors: Circle Jerk Podcast, AlwaysRaceDay.com, Netcode Esports, CJ Auto 21, and Extra Life for always being supporting the league. It's been a fun relationship with everybody, so I hope we continue this for a long time. And if anybody here is listening and want to sign up, just check out Pretend Racing on Facebook, Twitter. You can also go to Pretend Racing Online, PretendRacing.com, I believe it is, and you'll be able to find the signups there. So, and also obviously thanks to you for putting on these broadcasts these past couple of seasons. It's been awesome.
All right, man. Like I said, look forward to seeing you next season, and I'll see you probably Monday night.
Sounds good, Roger.
All right, Nick Cohan, one of the admins for PRO. I had the results up. A great race. Bueller, Cohan, Boyd finished 1, 2, 3. Joe Reuter picks up both the overall and the Pro Late Model Championship. It was an awesome season. Casey Miller won the 360s again. I think that's his 3rd in a row. So when we come back, these guys going to be defending their titles, and we're going to see what happens with whatever car choices they make. Watch for all of those special events. Like he said, the Jason Johnson Memorial on June 27th, 410 Outlaws will be at Knoxville. 41-lap feature, Forever 41. Got Bobby Johnson scheduled to be on the pre-race show at that, Jason Johnson Racing. She's going to try to, and we have no promises on this, see if Carson Macedo will join us at least in the pre-race for the chat. If not, race with us if he has the ability to do so, if he has the availability, I guess. Going to be a great deal. Got some great wing panels from, I think it's Logo Daddy, that she sends over for us for first, second, third, and a hard charger. Got some cash prizes. It'll be open for public registration on the 13th. We will post that on the Dirt Slingers Racing League Facebook page, how you can register if you're interested. Tomorrow night, Lucas Smith's Chrysler Center's I-55 Weekly Series Pro Late Models. Round number 8 of 10. Dominic Santino will be back in the booth on the call. I think Zach Krieger got all of his equipment fixed, and I think he's going to be back with him. So tune in 9:30 Eastern for that. Great show. Those guys do a 50-lap feature, and they have been, the last one was 43 laps. to the end green. It was an amazing show. So make sure you tune in to that. And then Sunday, a couple championships going on. And then Monday night, the SRL will kick off season number 18 of the Monday Night Thunder 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. I don't even know what track they kick it off at. Forgot to even look at the schedule and see. But that will be back. We'll get some things posted up. We'll get some particulars posted up about all the special events coming up this summer. That is going to do it for me until Sunday night, guys. For Dominic Santini, Zach Krieger, and myself, we appreciate each and every time you guys tune in. We know you can watch this stuff anywhere. You choose to watch it with us, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Like, share, and follow on the Facebook page. Subscribe, YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo.